All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And this is a video where I'm going to talk about who exactly Warner Brothers Discovery and James Gunn are targeting with the materials that they are creating. I came to a realization over this last week, and it's a situation where this company is definitely headed for disaster. And I don't even know if they realize it, but they have completely alienated superhero fans and their DC audience. And we're going to look at some of the decisions that were made just over the last couple of days. And these things are just mind-boggling, but it solidifies where I think DC is headed, where I think Warner Brothers Discovery is headed. And I certainly hope they get sold before things get so bad that it's unrecoverable. But they're getting to that stage already. But let's take a look at a few of the things I've grabbed over the last 24 hours. Now, this is something that actually came out before my last update, but I literally laughed out loud when I saw this. Warner Brothers say they are the only pure storytelling company in the movie industry. And I would really like to hear from them what they mean by this, because all the companies are about storytelling, but a lot of these other companies are pushing certain agendas, and it looks like Warner Brothers Discovery is starting to head down that territory as well. But pure storytelling, when you cancel a bunch of products or projects, and you have this sense of, if you come work for us, your story may never be told, even though we're going to pay you to do it. That's not storytelling. That is backstabbing, and it's bad business practices. It's horrible that they're doing this to these creatives. And it looks like just the other day, Warner Brothers Discovery took more tax write-offs, and everyone is assuming, and it hasn't been confirmed yet, that Coyote versus Acme was also going to be one of those things that they took a tax write-off on. And if that's the case, nobody is going to want to work with this company until they are sold. And make no mistake, something is going to happen. People keep saying it's not going to happen. They're in no danger. You should look at how much money they've paid back in debt. And that only gets you so far. When your stock continues to go down, and yesterday, at the end of closing, they had a big drop, a plummet, right before the market opened yesterday, and it closed even lower than when it opened. The company is in free fall right now. There's absolutely no confidence in Warner Brothers Discovery. And this statement is laughable. Again, they're trying to make themselves look better than they really are. But when you can't even allow your stories to be told, there's a problem. Now, this is pretty crazy. So it was announced yesterday that apparently, what they're doing is they're going to be making an animated feature based around this comic storyline that they just had. It was like I forget the name of it, but it's where all the heroes were basically dinosaurs. Some goofy project that came out. I don't even think it did all that well. I was originally going to pick it up because I thought it was going to be something unique and different that might be worth something down the line. But it really didn't sell as well. I saw the issues sit on the shelves, and it's goofy. And it appears that they rejected the Batman Beyond project for this movie to be told instead. What a weird, bizarre project to greenlight. Who are they targeting with this? It's bizarre. You're going to reject the Batman Beyond project for this? This is going to tie into what I'm going to discuss after we're done looking at this. Here it is. DC Studios is working on an animated feature for the Jurassic League. It will be produced by James Gunn, with Brian Lynch, Minions, Puss in Boots, writing the script. How goofy is this? It looks like they're going after young kids with this. If you're taking the guy who did Minions and Puss in Boots, this target audience is not going to be adults. It's not going to be true DC fans. It's going to be the younger kids, and this is going to tie into what I'm going to discuss. So who exactly are they making movies for? Well, here are the hard facts. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about the fans that actually went to go see all the Snyderverse films. They don't care about that group of people at all. They have left them behind. And one thing they don't have right now is also the general audience, because nobody went to see the last 4 films. The one that did the best was Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, but that was coming off of $1 billion production to begin with, and a character that people actually enjoyed the first time around, but they turned him into a joke, and it didn't do nearly as well. In fact, Black Adam would have done better had it been released in China. And so nobody is going to see these films. They've completely lost the audience. And why? Because they've turned away from their core audience. They have completely left their core audience behind and don't care. And what they're really doing is giving us all the middle finger. What they're looking for is a brand new audience to build this DC universe on. People that don't like the old stuff, are not comic book fans, but people that they want to go see these films. And it's an audience that doesn't exist. This is the same mistake that Bud Light made with Dylan Mulvaney. They came out and admitted, the girl who was in charge back when that whole debacle happened, she came out and admitted that they didn't care about the old, white, old people who were buying their beer. That those people, they don't care about those people. They wanted to grab the more diverse, younger group who weren't even of drinking age to come in and support them for a whole entire generation. But that backfired on the company, and I don't think they're ever going to get back to where they were. And that's exactly what is happening with Warner Brothers Discovery right now. With what we've heard about Creature Commandos, which nobody asked for, and I don't care if there's a few people that come in and say, well, I wanted to see it. That's good, but that's not the general audience, and it's not main comic book fans. There's a few offshoot people who are going to want that stuff, but not the majority. They're going after an audience that doesn't exist, hoping that they're going to grab that audience. Peacemaker is not a household name, even after the series that was on HBO Max. It didn't stream nearly as well as they claimed it did. It's all smoke and mirrors right now. They're trying to bring in an audience that does not exist, which is a recipe for disaster. I saw a brilliant video the other day by the Critical Drinker. It was the best video I've seen him do, where he talked about what's going wrong with movies. And, I was always thinking about why was Barbie such a big hit, and it goes against the grain of the whole woke movement and everything else, and people will bring this up. And he made the point that, man, I was glad I watched his video, and I encourage everybody to go see it, how the girl boss genre is on its way out. And what's crazy about this is it's about these companies knowing who their target audience is. And it's a fact that the people who go see superhero movies is like between 67 and 73% males. You may want to cater to a female audience. You may want it to be all about women, but that doesn't change who your audience actually is. And it's not going to bring those women in. And that's why stuff like the Marvels and Madam Web did extremely, they were bad. They were just bad. I liked Madam Web much more than I did the Marvels, but still projects that should have never been made, because I'm not the target audience. The target audience didn't go to see those films. And that's why they tanked, because their audience is made up of 67 to 73% males. They had no interest in those projects. You may want them. You may want that diversity. You may want that to be the case, but it's not the case. And in his video, he broke down all the different genres of movies and who watches what, and that's who you need to cater to. It's why Barbie was a smash hit. They targeted the female audience on a female product that all females were going to latch on to. Brilliant marketing. Same with why Top Gun Maverick did well. It was males, action films, people who grew up in the 80s and loved those movies. Smash hit. Both of those movies made well over $1 billion. Close to $1.5 billion. Because that's who you make the movies for. This is what is missing from the superhero genre right now. They don't care about us fans. They don't care about the people that buy the comic books. They don't care about the people that buy the merchandise. They are going after an audience that doesn't exist. All right, so there's one other thing I wanted to address before I am done with this video, and this has to do with a couple of comments people have made I've had a couple people come into my comments and, you know, with the situation that I ran into with the death threats and everything last week that said karma's a bitch, that, hey, what goes around comes around, and because of the hate that I spew, you know, in regards to James Gunn in D.C., that I deserved it. Really? And people said that what goes around comes around because of my constant harassment of James Gunn. I do not constantly harass James Gunn. I am criticizing for what he does at his job. I don't tag him in every post that I do. I only do maybe 1 out of 100 posts do I tag him in. I don't email him. I don't message him. I'm not calling his house. I'm not threatening his family. What happened to me was completely different. And for people not to realize that, that's pretty sad. That shows you the state of society. If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. I am not spewing hate. I am spewing facts. I bring in my perspective. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch my videos. In fact, I don't want you here. So it's time to go away. All right, guys, I do appreciate the support. If you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified as I have new videos go up.